before the surgery and after the surgery in terms of what you could see?
What I could see before the surgery, as I already told you, the day vision was very blurry, and during the night I was technically blind. But after the surgery, things have changed. My night vision has improved by 40%. That is, if I have to leave the room in the darkness, I don't need to put on the light. I can move around very freely. I can make out the corners. I can make out the doors. And the best is I can distinguish between a cupboard and a door. Earlier on, I used to bang into a cupboard and I used to think it's a door. There was one thing more, like now I'm looking at you. Now, before the surgery, during the dusk time, if I had to look at you, I would have had to look the other way. Then I could see you. But now it's perfect. I can make out very clearly between you and this table. Otherwise, if I had to talk to you earlier on, I had to look at the table, then I could make out your figure sitting here. That was really bothering me.
Wow. And what did it feel like suddenly having your sight back?
I feel at the top of the world. I feel I'm totally normal. I had this disability earlier. I won't say that it's gone totally, but I am assured that it will keep on progressing slowly and slowly, and it's great to have it back. I mean, being technically blind, and at least I can see somebody. Now if there's somebody approaching me, I can make out someone is coming towards me, or somebody, for that matter, going away from me. A car approaching from the corner, I can make out. Earlier I couldn't. I had learned driving, but I couldn't drive because my peripheral vision was not good. I couldn't see, like uncle was telling you, the hand comes here. It had to come here for me to see it. Now it's perfectly okay. I can see about, say, to 30 degrees, up to 30 degrees at the corner. I can see that.
How far is 30 degrees? Can you just show me?
How far?
Can you
like this. See, I'm looking at you, and I think I can see up till here. This is perfectly clear. This I can see.
Can I just ask you to do, I just missed the beginning of that on camera.
See, for the peripheral vision has to be from here. Perfectly clear is up till here. Perfectly clear. One finger. Earlier on, I couldn't see anything beyond this. That's the difference, big difference. It's a big, big difference.
Wow. And what had happened before? Because you were saying earlier you'd been to see lots of doctors all
no, I see, since childhood I had this funny feeling. I was telling you earlier that I couldn't see properly. We visited many doctors before, and some of them used to say you've got deficiency of vitamin A, or they couldn't make out exactly what the problem was. So it was only when I came to MAU that I came to know that I'm suffering from this disease called retinitis pigmentosa, which eventually doesn't have any cure. Every doctor told me you don't have any cure. I went to Choitram. In fact, they're very capable doctors there. I asked them, okay, I know my problem. Can you help me out in a way? They said, no, there's no cure for it. You just wait to get blind. You can't do anything about it. No medication is going to help. No injections are going to help. You just wait for your blindness to come. That's it. And just pray to God that it comes as delayed as possible it can. It shouldn't come soon, because I would have just lost my identity totally. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't read. I'm very fond of reading. Reading is my hobby. I had simply stopped reading. I was employed in a school in MAU in about 2000 and 2001, and it was that time when the sight got very bad. So I had to stop working, I had to stop reading, I had to stop watching television. All of my activities were totally, had come to a standstill. I couldn't do anything. It was at that time that uncle told me, now I think you should go in for a surgery. Now the time is absolutely right. Don't even waste a moment. And I came here, and the next day I was operated upon. I'll never forget this day in my life. I think I've been really lucky that God has blessed me with sight. And I feel that, people do think that the surgery is so tedious and it's very painful. It is painful, yes, but the thing you gain is priceless. You can't gain it. Even if somebody chops up your body to pieces, you can't get your eyesight back. What is gone is gone. But here you're at least assured you won't lose it. You'll never be blind. That is the biggest thing I feel.
And you mentioned earlier that it progressively seems to be getting better.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit more about that? What have you noticed? What seems to be...
Okay.
What have the stages been since
You want to
operation?
see, the first stage is like for some time the vision is very blurry after the operation, but slowly and slowly as the blur clears off, you can make out the difference. Like the first difference I noticed was the sunlight. I told you I could see the bright golden color in the sunlight, which I earlier never noticed. I always used to say it's very foggy, it's very foggy. Even in perfect clear light, I could see it misty, it wasn't clear. That was the first thing that I noticed. And after that, the colors became quite clear and my distant vision improved. Now my vision is 6/6. I think that happened after 1 month, straight away after 1 month. My vision was 6/6 and now I can read from a very comfortable distance. And my eyes don't water. Earlier on, when watching TV or while reading, my eyes used to water a lot. Now they've stopped watering. Even if I watch, say, about a movie even for 3 hours, there's not even a single drop of water from my eyes. And I've lost my headache. Earlier on, I used to have a very bad headache, and now it's not there. And even during the night, as I mentioned, that even if I have to go to a toilet or somewhere, even if I have to leave the room, I don't need to put on the lights. I can go like that also, and I can make it out very comfortably. At least I know where I'm going. Earlier on, it was like, you've been put into a dungeon, you don't know where you're going. Just feel for the way, make out for the way. You don't know where you're going. That's better. That is the biggest thing which I feel has improved. And before the surgery, I had to, if we had to go somewhere after sunset, my mother had to constantly hold my hand. Now, if the territory is familiar, I can walk without anybody holding my hand. Even like now we've shifted to Indore, we are in a new territory. For some time, somebody has to be with me, but I don't need anyone to lead me the way. I can make it out by myself, and it's quite clear. That's the biggest difference.
Yeah, that's a great thing, it's independence.
And the feeling, it's the feeling of being independent. You don't need someone to lead the way for you. That was a big disability earlier on. That even if I needed a glass of water at night when the lights were out, I had to wake up my mother, get me a glass of water or take me to the toilet. When you're at home, it's fine. But supposing you have to go somewhere, then the thing is you have to go and explain your problem to everyone. Some people may take it in a good way, others may make fun of it. So there also I had a mental block, should I tell this person or not? But now it's okay. Even if I go to another place, I take 2 or 3 minutes extra, but at least I do my work myself. I go to another room by myself, I put on the lights by myself, I put off the lights by myself. That's a big difference.
Can we just stand up a moment? Can you show me how
you want to know the stitches?
Or not
you want to see them?
Maybe we'll have a look at the ones on your neck.
Okay.
If you could just explain how the operation works.
Started it from here.
Sorry, start again. Yeah.
Okay, from here. They started from here. And they've taken it all upwards to the chest. You want to see my chest stitches? No, that's okay. Yeah. Then they take it all up through here. There's about from here. And then it comes up to the neck. Behind the ear, this has been covered by hair now, but earlier you would have been able to see it very clearly. Right up to here, then it comes here. This also has been covered by hair, and then they take it here, and this is a big line here. Then they put it half in both the eyes. Could you follow it? No.
Can we just take it from the neck? Can I just turn you around slightly as well?
You can.
This light is helpful.
You want to see these?
If you just take it from here.
From here, yeah. Okay. From here it goes up right behind the ear, like this, enters the right temple, and then from there it comes here, right at center of the forehead, and it's put half into both the eyes. Can you see it now?
Just about.
Okay.
So the scarring is very little.
Very little, yeah. And it will gradually go off.
Thank you. It's amazing.
Okay. I was 4 years old when I first realized that something is not okay with my eyes. I had this funny feeling that there is something which is making me different from other normal people. I'll tell you the incident. I was in school in 4th standard. They had taken us for a movie. The cinema halls are generally dark because they put out all the lights when they're screening the picture. Now when I entered, I couldn't make out the stairs. And all the children with me, they just pushed me, and I fell down and all of them crossed over me, but I couldn't see a thing. And it was that time I came home and I told my mother that, "Mummy, this is the problem. I couldn't see a thing in the cinema hall." And my mother, she thought about it, but then when she spoke to her grandfather, he said probably she had come out of sunlight, because as soon as you enter a room, it is dark for some time. And then everybody had a different theory for that. Somebody told me that she's probably afraid of the dark, she doesn't want to go in the dark, she's making an excuse, but nobody could really understand what was wrong. We did visit doctors there, but even they didn't get a clue. They said, we don't know what it is really. So right from the age of 4, this had started to progress bit by bit. It was getting worse. It used to get worse sometimes. Sometimes I used to feel that it's better all by itself. But that was, I think, a deterioration in my vision. It had started to happen slowly, slowly. Sometimes it was very rapid, sometimes it was slow. It was like that. And they say it's a heredity problem. It comes in the genes.
Does somebody in your family, has someone in your family had this?
We don't know about it, but possibly. No, in earlier times people didn't know about it. They just used to say, we just got blind without any reason. That could be due to this disease. There were 2 or 3 cases in my family. My forefathers, some of them had it, but they didn't know it was this disease. They just said, we just lost sight one day. Now why, they didn't know the reason for that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's good. And then just kind of looking in the mirror as if maybe you're about to put some makeup on, or
Okay, okay. I'll just arrange my hair a bit.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.